So now we are on YouTube too. Hello, people from YouTube. My name is Gabriele, and I will guide this immersion about hometown. Let me explain about TNT. TNT is a language platform for beginner, intermediate, and advanced speakers. Immersion meetings are not regular classes, so here I don't correct you or interrupt you. So please feel free to make mistakes. Here we are in a respectful place, so feel comfortable to make mistakes here. And we can learn each other through the conversation in a real environment, all right? So let's get started. Guys, as we are four here, I don't split up you in small groups, okay? So all of you stay in the main room. And we can start the discussion about the topic. So, Jairo, can you read the question number 1? Introduce yourself and choose another one to do the same.
Yeah. So introduce yourself and choose another one to. All right. As I already told you, I'm live here in Brazil, São Paulo. My name is Jairo. I have 2 cats, 1 dog. I like to play piano. I like to make different sports like skating, swimming. I mean, it's not different, but I don't know. Yeah, that's it. And what about you, Wallace?
Oh, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Wallace. I'm 22 years old. I'm from São José dos Campos, but I live in Campinas. São José dos Campos is a small city. That is my hometown, and I love that place. I also like to play sports, and my favorite one is badminton. It's an unusual one, but I think it's pretty nice.
What is that? Sorry, Wallace, but what is that?
No problem. Badminton is kind of a mix between tennis and volleyball. You play with a racket. I don't know how to say that, with a peteca.
Got it.
If you search in Google, it's gonna be easier. Badminton. I'm gonna put the chat how to write this. Minton. Like it's volley mixed with peteca, with tennis, and well, it's pretty fun. You can spend lots of energy on that.
You play in a team? Like in a team, or it's like a sport that you practice alone, like just you? And
it can be played individual or in doubles, like with another person. But mainly, well, it depends on the kind of the challenge you're facing. Like you can play alone, just single, or in double. But I believe playing with another person is funnier because, well, the game is faster. Like alone, you just use lots of power to try to defeat your opponent. But in double, like there's strategy you have to use. Like you really need to think how you're gonna beat the other person.
Interesting. Yeah, I saw it here at Google. I already saw this game, but I didn't know the name. It was badminton.
Badminton.
Yeah.
But please don't ask me why the name is badminton, because I searched for a good minton and there isn't one.
Right.
And you, Victor?
So I'm Victor. I am 31 years old, and I live in Rio Claro, São Paulo. It's a countryside of the state, but I'm from Osasco. I moved to here when I was a child, and I don't like to play sports, and I like to take some time with my loved ones, and I work every day. I'm doing degree, I hope I can complete this year. And that's it.
Okay, I don't play unusual sports, but I really love to practice yoga. I practice yoga every day. Not sometimes I skip on day, but usually I practice yoga every day. So I'm 31 years old. I'm from Pelotas, a city in the town of Rio Grande do Sul. But 2 years ago, I came to Rio to do my postdoctoral research. So now I'm working as a scientist in a research project at the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro. I'm a food engineer, and I research about food technology, bioprocess, and food engineer areas. So this is the field that I'm focused on. On my free time, I really like to stay at home watching movies, series, or listen to music, or hang out with my friends. Here in Rio, we have a lot of places to hang out with people that we really like to stay with. So I think this is enough about me. So we can go on to the next question. Wallace, can you read for us?
Certainly. Where is your hometown? Well, as I said, my hometown is São José dos Campos. And well, I'm going to describe it there as well. I believe it would be worth. It's a small city.
We can combine question number 2 and 3 because all of you talk about your hometown. Okay,
well, the third is describe your hometown in a few aspects: population, climate, architecture, football, clubs. First one, population. São José dos Campos is not a big city, but also not a small city. It is big enough to have everything you need, but it is small enough that you can meet everyone from different neighbors and like be really close to one another. About climate, it's a city that in the morning it's cold. I wouldn't say cold as hell because, well, we suppose that hell is hot, is warm, but it's pretty cold. At the middle of the day, it's like normal, and in the afternoon, like God decided that Noé was living there and sent a diluvio. Every single day, there is a storm that washes everything. And architecture, well, the city is a little bit old. I believe it is like 250 years old. And there are some historical buildings that are still standing. And well, football clubs, there are just one that calls São José dos Campos Football Club. They were pretty creative when they decided to give this name. And well, that's it about São José dos Campos. And one of the most important things is that it's the best city in the world. Trust me, guys. If you haven't gone there, give a chance and meet the city because I'm pretty sure you're gonna love it. Not because I was born there, of course. Nothing like that. It's just the truth. And you, Jairo?
Yeah, but first I want to know why is the first why you consider that city the most incredible one, the most.
It's not a personal opinion. It's just like something that is reality. You have to face the reality, to face the truth that São José dos Campos,
Right.
If there was a competition among cities, which one is the best, São José dos Campos certainly would win.
Why? Well,
about its
what exactly happened there? Like there is, I don't know, waterfalls, beautiful waterfalls, or I don't know, maybe I don't know what
the
kind of things.
A city be good is to have waterfalls because São José has it. Not that much, not the big ones, but there are some that, well, you can relax a little bit. And the landscapes, like there is a place there called Banhado. It's like a beach without water and sand.
Really?
But
Yeah.
yes, Banhada, São José dos Campos, you can search there. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful because it's in the center of the city and it's pretty high. And you can see almost the east side of the city completely. You're searching.
Yeah,
What
I'm
did you
checking
think?
here some photos. Yeah, there is also a kind of animals, some different animals there.
Animals,
Yeah, at least in my search here, Google brought
right?
me a lot of photos of animals. A large place with a lot of trees.
Definitely,
Uh,
it's very harmonized. It's one of the things that I like about São José dos Campos as well. Like the whole city, there are trees everywhere. Like there are boulevards made with trees, like they were projected to have trees in the middle. And the parks as well, there are a lot of them, lots of them with animals, like you said. There is one that is kind of a zoo. Like you can find exotic animals like peacock. I don't know if you know, guys, pavão, and well, and some normal ones like capybara.
yeah. All right. I see. I see. I got your point. So, mm, let me just read the question. Where is your hometown and describe your hometown in a few respects? Well, my hometown is São Paulo. I born here, but I lived São Paulo when I was like when I don't know exactly, but I think 10 years old. And I went to São Roque. I lived there for almost 10 years, and I come back to São Paulo to study, to conclude my college. And yeah, for me, my hometown is São Paulo, and I love this city. I must um, say that I don't agree with Wallace. I think São Paulo is the beautiful one, is the most important city of São Paulo, of Brazil, from my point of view. And I think everything that you want to do here, you can do it. So it doesn't matter if you want relax and like I wanna go to restaurants or go to a specific place to see like um, the sunset or something like that. You can do it here in São Paulo. So for me, it's nice because you can meet different people, different persons from different city, from different culture, from different countries. So everything that you need, you will find here. Maybe in the future, I can think in another way. Probably I will think in another way, but nowadays, especially, I think São Paulo is the most incredible city, especially because this city provides you a lot of opportunities, not just in terms of entertainment, but also in terms of career. So for me, at that point of my life, I see my hometown, São Paulo, as a beautiful one because of that. Maybe in the future, I think probably in the future I will change my mind. I think now I want to go to. Sorry, Wallace, what is the name of your city? I forgot. So
São
your
José dos
hometown?
Campos.
Maybe in the future I will choose go to São José do Campo, but nowadays I prefer to stay here in São Paulo. For me, here in São Paulo is the most important one and the most enjoyable one. And what about you, Victor?
So I know both of your seats, and I like your seats too. But where I am from, Osasco, I don't like it. I moved to the countryside because of crime, and I enjoy the city because we can meet your friends the parks and go to some waterfalls. And there are some rivers near my house, and we can enjoy the nature in like the countryside of the state. And last week was my vacation, and I went to Brotas. It's near my city, and it's good to live in the countryside of the state, but for opportunities, there are some opportunities, but less than a bigger city. Here we have 2,200 citizens, and I think it's a medium city, and I am planning to move to another place, a bigger place, and so that's it. Can you respond, Gabriele?
Yeah, of course. All of you are from the same state. So I'm from in a different state, and I have the opportunity to visit São Paulo, but I've never went to. I don't know about São José dos Campos and Osasco. I didn't visit yet the cities, but maybe in the future I can visit your both cities. But I'm from a city in the south of Rio Grande do Sul called Pelotas. Pelotas is the third largest city in the Rio Grande do Sul. It's I'm listening Wallace, and I'm thinking about my city because we have both cities have similarities. Like we have a beach, but the beach is it's not from the sea. There's not a sea on the beach, but a lagoa. I don't know how to Lagoa dos Patos. It's the name of the lagoon, and we have we have the same characteristics of a beach, but of course in a small way than the beach on the Rio, for example. The architecture of my city, the architecture of my hometown is inspired of Portuguese architecture. So we have a lot of buildings with this architecture, like museums and libraries and a lot of buildings in the same way. We have a curious thing about my city. It's that we have the first. I don't know if it's the first. I'm not sure if it's the first, but we have how to say intangible heritage in Brazil, because we have specific candies inspired on Portuguese recipes. So we have a fair about it that occurs every year. It's Fena Doce. It's a famous fair, and it's a gastronomic fair, and people from every state of Brazil and abroad came to this fair. And we have other types of festivals and things that happens in my hometown. The climate, let me think about, it's a humid city, so humid. In the summer it's so hot, but in the winter it's so cold too, because it's a humid city. And it's totally different about the winter, like São Paulo, because we use a lot of clothes to keep don't feel I forgot the words, how to say frio in English, cold. But cold, yeah. So I think this is we have two football clubs. I forgot the name. I think it's Brasil de Pelotas, and the other one is I forgot the name. Yeah, I forgot the name of the other one. Not important. Not important team. And we have two important university, Federal University of Pelotas and Universidade Católica de Pelotas. Both are so important, especially for studies in epidemiologic things and biotechnology and the other fields like that. So, question number 4. Victor, can you answer the question number 4 and choose another one to answer to?
Okay. So nowadays I'm not living in my hometown, and I'm not planning to return to there. Why? Because I have family there, but I don't plan to my family nowadays to live in I don't know how to say, because we moved to the countryside because of my father was an entrepreneur, and he suffered some crimes, and he decides to move to here, where my grandma lives, since she was I don't know how to say, but when my grandfather passed away, she moved here again, and that's it. I think it's a good city to live, but here we don't have a lot of opportunities to work and to go out at night. It's here is commonly I don't know how to say, but the people here call the city as a cidade dormitório, because the people study in other cities, and but we have a Unesp here, a big campus, and there are a lot of students, but the people of the city that doesn't fit to the college courses study in other cities, and that's it. What about you, Was?
Well, no, I don't live in my hometown city. I live in Campinas. I've been living here since 2019. And well, I moved here because of my graduation. I studied at Unicamp, and it's not so far from San Jose. It's like 2 hours by car. And well, it's been pretty much interesting because I have never lived alone and far from my parents. And it's the first time. It's been a great experience, like how to manage an entire house, like everything, it's my responsible. So there's no one to help me. So I'm not to, I'm supposed, or actually, I'm supposed to take care of everything. Do I? I don't. I try to. Yes, I do. But well, it's like something to improve our life. I believe we must experience this loneliness, like far away from our parents, like to take care of our own selves. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty great, actually.
And to you, Jairo.
Recently live, no, not recently. I leave my hometown, but it was like, I don't know, maybe 7-10 years ago. So I lived here since I came here for the second time. As I said, I moved to São Paulo, then I come back to São Paulo, and since that time I live in here in São Paulo. So for me, I don't have plans now to leave my hometown, maybe in the future. But I was curious because Victor said something that I always ask myself, because there is some entrepreneurs that they think to, here in São Paulo is very dangerous, and people tend to think about that. Maybe I can go to a small city and my business will still work there. So that's why I raised my hand, because I would like to know if your father, Victor, he keep it, like he kept the business, like the same business was the same. Like, for example, if your father was running a bakery in São Paulo, he tried to open another one in your city.
Yes, he was I don't know how to say, but he uma gráfica,
Right.
and there are a lot of customers in all regions, and she moved the machines to here and start to work. It starts to marketing and
Oh,
sale.
nice.
And
Even the clients, they are still the same, or no? He had to try to gain another clients, and he lost everyone in São Paulo, in Osasco.
no, my father started a new kind of customers here.
Right.
But when in the beginning of the moving, he go to São Paulo to solve a lot of problems with some partners and graphic and customers, and in almost 2 or 3 years he solved everything, and he starts to work full time here. And my father passed away almost 20 years, and but the business per se was good here, because marketers requires a graphic factor.
Yeah.
And it's part of every business, and I think it was a thing that was beneficial to the business. That's it.
Yeah, I think, I don't know what your view about it, but I think that there are many companies doing this. Even the huge ones, like they are trying to go to small cities or countryside cities, because they have some benefits of government. The taxes is a little bit lower. They have some I don't know, some support of government of the city. So they are trying to, spread the companies outside of São Paulo, outside of Rio, these big cities, and they are gaining some supports of the government.
So I have a point. In my city, there are almost, I don't know, 6 international companies, and I work in a company that is the biggest manufacturer in the sector in the world. And one thing is good to live in the countryside. It's because I live 5 minutes from my work, and I can wake up late and start to work in the correct schedule. And that is a good thing. But I think the countryside of the state has a lot of benefits to factories, and it's growing a lot. These movements that you say it's really common.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jairo and Victor said about it. I think it's more related to Jairo said about São Paulo, because one reason that I came to Rio is because I don't have opportunities in my city, in my area, in the area that I work. So I'm in 2020, I'm planning to do my doctoral. And in Rio Grande do Sul, I didn't have the opportunity to do it. But maybe in Rio or São Paulo, both cities have more opportunity, especially for scientists, to develop our research. There is a lot of universities and big universities with a good structure. And now I'm finishing my postdoctoral, and I will stay in Rio because I'm becoming an entrepreneur. So it's like Victor and Jairo said about here, I'm more close to the potential clients, potential customers, and I don't plan to return to Pelotas because the type of industry that I'm planning to construct, the logistics, it's a little bit complicated if I stay in the south of Brazil. But if I stay here near to São Paulo and Minas Gerais and maybe the Goiás, these states are more, we have more clients, and we have how to say, we what we use in the industry, what we use in my company, how to say, fornecedores, the people who
Suppliers.
send me suppliers. Yeah, thank you. The suppliers are, all the suppliers are here in the States. So I needed to stay close them and close to the clients that the most of clients are in São Paulo. So I think a lot of people think about it. Of course, there is the other theories like violence and the traffic and the other things that are not so good in big city, but we have more opportunities, especially to work. And another point is that we have more cultural things in this city, because in my city I don't have a lot of cultural events for free, and we don't have the opportunity to have a favorite band playing in my city because it's so far to the other cities like São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. So I think this is the benefits to stay in a big city. But of course, we have a lot of benefits to stay in the countryside. So we need a balance. We need to evaluate what is most important in this type of our lives. Guys, I suggest you to skip the question number 5 and number 6. And we can discuss a little bit about the activities that you usually do in your hometown or in the city that we born. So, Wallace, can you read the question number 7?
Oh, okay. What I must say that I was waiting to. I wish we could answer the number 6 because there is something amazing in my city to it.
Go on.
Yeah, okay, let me read that one in time. It's awesome. Number 6. What is the typical dish of your hometown? There is one thing that I believe every single person on earth should experience at least one time in their lives. That is bolinho caipira. It's a traditional food. It's like have you ever eaten bolinho de bacalhau? But
yeah,
it's similar, but it's not the same. It's made of different things, and we usually eat that on July, like in July parties, nas festas juninas. July. Yes, July and June, these 2 parties. And for us from São José dos Campos, the June and July parties are only real when we have bolinho caipira to eat. And when we go to other cities and we visit their parties, their June and July parties, we find it interesting because they just eat like pamonha, they drink quentão, big hot, big hot is awesome. And there's nothing to eat besides like something made by, how do I say that? I forgot the word for milho. What is it? Do you guys remember? Milho? Corn.
Popcorn.
Exactly. They, of course, bolinho caipira is also made by corn, but guys, if you had the chance, please eat bolinho caipira because I'm certainly you're gonna love it, as you're gonna love when you visit São José dos Campos as well, Jairo. But let me answer also number 7. What type of activities do you usually do in your hometown? Well, not as much as I do in Campinas. I believe here I have more options to do things. There are not as much, but go to the park and ride a bicycle, just it. There's nothing much interesting in São José. And what about you, Victor? What is the typical dish in Rio Claro?
So I think the typical dish here is pastel and caldo de cana, because in every side of the city we can find a store selling it. And I like pastel, but I don't like caldo de cana because I feel very sleepy. And I think it is the best dish here. It's so common too. But the activities I usually do here, to be honest, I'm not a person that do a lot of things because I'm working in different schedules, and I turn my shift, and I am studying. And I just married. I married in November, and nowadays we are not having a lot of fun when we go out. We only go out to eat pastel, and and that's it. But here in my city, we don't have a lot of places to go. It's here don't have a good social night. I think that's it. It's a countryside. We are a cidade dormitório. That's it. What about you, Jairo?
Well, it's almost like you. I don't think that like eat. I don't know, pastel. Maybe there is no word to pastel in English, right? But eat pastel, it's like the way that life goes on. Like we need to go in a place, and I don't think that it's when we go out to eat pastel, we are doing something not nice. Where we are going out to eat pastel. I love caldo de cana. I don't understand how can someone don't like it, but you know, okay, I respect. I don't understand, but I respect. And for me, I try to taste different kind of foods here in Brazil, in São Paulo, especially because here we have many different options. Like so, I always try to taste something new. It's not possible, especially because some of them they are very expensive. But well, I try when I go out at least once a month, and that's what kind of things that I usually try to do. Thinking about dish, I eat different kind of foods like Japanese, pastel, pão de queijo, whatever, everything. I love to eat bread. So for me, everything every time that I have opportunity to eat something different, I eat, but I like to eat bread most of the time. And activities, I do many activities. I don't have like time to do many things, but at least in my weekends, I try to do something like go to the theater, read books, go out with my friends. And sometimes I just go to their home and I stay there and talk about anything, talk about my colleagues of my work, talk about anything. And that's it. For me, it's very nice. I don't need, like eat in the higher, I don't know the name of that thing that you go to a place and you go very high to eat something there and people, oh, that's nice. But what you did? I eat something in the higher, well, nice, but I don't think that's so incredible. But, I don't know if you understand that.
Yeah, I understand. There is the same, not place, but there's the same thing here in Rio, near to my house. And I think it's a little bit crazy to eat in the higher. I feel a little bit comfortable with that. It's not an activity that I'm adapt to do.
But it's not a problem. But eat a pastel, as Victor said, there is the same value. There is the same value of eating the higher. Like there is no difference. So it's nice to go there and taste that. Oh, that's a good experience. But it doesn't mean that going and taste pastel it's bad. Of course not. They are in the same. You are just going out to do something.
So
yeah, totally.
I really recommend the pastel de costela.
That's difficult to find here. I don't know where I will find.
It's very good. If you find it, you can eat. It's very good.
Jair, you mentioned that you don't understand how people cannot like caldo de cana.
Exactly.
And well, I pretty much do because I don't like it. Imagine.
And tell us why.
Imagine what is sugar made of? Caldo de cana, of course, but dry it out. You remove the water and then you have sugar. And what is caldo de cana if not sugar juice? Suco de açúcar.
But that's the point. Why not sugar juice? Why not drink sugar juice? Because for me, I like it. I like sugar, like I like the taste of sugar. So I know that's totally wrong. But in my mind, I think, all right, it's a little bit healthy because it came from directly from cana de açúcar. I don't know this name in English, but it's like I see.
Cane.
Yeah, so in my mind, for me, all right, it's healthier because I saw how it was made. Like the guy put the thing, inside of a machine, and I see the liquid come to my glass cup. I don't know, but the thing in my mind for me, all right, that's healthy than just bring water and mix with sugar. It's not the same for me.
You have a point.
Of course, it's not the same, right? But yeah,
it's pretty much understandable.
I tasted caldo de cana for the first time when I came to Rio because I never tasted it before when I live in my hometown. So for me, it's an amazing drink. I really like to drink it with pastel. So I think both together is the best thing to do in weekends, like to change the lunch for this type of dish. And in my hometown, okay, I mentioned it before about the candies. We have traditional cans inspired on Portuguese recipes. I will share an image to know about it. And the activities that I do in my city. Nowadays, when I go to my city, to my hometown, I just spend time with my friends, go out to dinner or to have a lunch, or go to the park, to the beach. Simple thing, because I don't pass a long time with my friends and my family. So when I go to my hometown, I really like to stay with these people. And of course, it's a lot of, it's a lot of dishes, like not traditional dishes from my hometown, but from Rio Grande do Sul, like chimarrão and cuca, this type of things I really like to taste when I go to my hometown. Guys, unfortunately, time is running, so we need to finish your immersion, but we can answer the question number 9 with a few words. And while we answer this question, I'll put on the chat the forms, the survey about this immersion. We can put a note about this immersion and some comments, so how we can improve the immersion and what you think about this immersion, the topic, and what we need, what you feel to tell us about the TNT and the immersion and other things. So question number 9, complete the sentence. My favorite place to hang out with my friends in my hometown is Laranjal Beach, in my case. How about you, Victor?
My house.
I thought maybe Victor will answer about your house, but I'm not sure.
My house is the best place to stay with my friends. What about you, Jair?
No, I would say the same of you, but I like to stay in the sidewalk, talk with my friends, so especially when during the evening, like when the weather is fresh, not too hot, but not too cold. I like to sit in the sidewalk and just stay there talking with my friends. So sidewalk is strange, but okay.
Sidewalks remember my childhood when I used to hang out with my friends there. It was the best place to be with them.
Yeah,
well, nowadays not anymore, but back then it was the best place. But for me, the best place to hang out with my friends is every place that it's quiet. The quieter, the better for me. I don't like noisy places.
Okay, guys. So I really like to talk with you about this topic. I hope you enjoy it. And see you in the next week. Maybe you can stay here with me and discuss about another topic, okay? So,
all right.
Good evening and good the rest of the week. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.